So I've been sitting and drinking a glass of wine, listening to Alice in Chains, and then I started to cry. And I'm not a fan of Alice in Chains, and I never saw Layne Staley, and frankly, I didn't know about him like half a year before. And something was underneath it, and I felt it. And the way I have found what was the reason was talking to AI. And people usually, when they feel this type of discomfort, the junk inside each person's head, they usually ignore it. That's the only way people often deal with it. And it really happens automatically, like you feel sadness, or you want to cry, or you're angry, and this is discomfort. You feel it, and then you just push it back and try to start doing something else as soon as possible, just not to feel it again. And it happens automatically, like a circle. Then after some time it happens again and again and again and again, and people usually do not do anything with it. So my solution here is talking to AI, but the most interesting and important thing is, well, the first one is it doesn't really matter what it responds you with. You can talk to AI, or you can write down all your feelings and your thoughts to it. And the second thing here is, when you talk to AI, you don't really care that much what you say and how you describe it, because there is no person sitting in front of you, so you do not need to perform. You just feel more free, and you can keep yourself focused on the current discomfort that you feel, and just face it. There's no one else, only you and your discomfort in front of you. So that's basically the actual work, nothing else left here. Just saying or writing out all that you feel and you think about the discomfort. Often people don't understand, and I was also acting the same way. So you don't understand like the root cause and why it happens and how it works. So basically you feel discomfort and you pick the fastest way to deal with it. And usually the fastest way is just to avoid, right? So you push it back into your head and you think that that's it. It is forgotten, it will never come up again, and I can continue to do anything I've been doing previously. but it's actually not the way it works. I'm not a psychologist, but I think that it's not the way how psychology of people work, and I've seen this with myself a lot of times. So you basically push it back, but then it just sits there and waits until the next moment when the trigger brings it back again. It may be a random person, something happening, and a bad day, weather, and you name it. And of course, a lot of people live the whole life like it. So you can just keep on ignoring these things that happen to you, the discomfort. But the real price that you pay for it is you do not have freedom to choose how to react and what to do in those cases when this discomfort appears. So when you're reacting automatically in those scenarios, you will just continue to do the same each time it happens, and you will never find out what's hiding behind it, whatever it is. And I think that there's not so much work you need to do to actually find out what's hiding behind it. I can just describe you one episode that happened to me and how it worked with me. So I was, like I said, I was sitting with a glass of wine and listening to Alice in Chains and one of their sad songs, and then I started to feel like I started to feel sadness, but it wasn't just a simple sadness. I was feeling that it is, it never ends, and there is something behind it. So I started to think on how I can bring these things that are hiding behind to look into their face and understand what's that. I have started to talk to AI and ask some details about the death of the Alice in Chains frontman Layne Staley, and I was feeling like it shouldn't have happened, because he died because of the addiction to drugs, and the story tells that he knew that he is in a very bad shape, but he continued to use drugs, and basically he killed himself during a couple of years. So I was feeling that I want to say, hey man, stop, don't do this to yourself. And I was like increasing this feeling all the time by talking to AI and describing what I feel and reading some facts about Layne Staley's death and his life during the last years. And then suddenly I understood that all these feelings, they are not really related to Layne Staley, and all my sadness is really related to me when I was 18 years old, and my parents got divorced, and I was feeling very sad, and I wanted to help my younger self somehow. And when I realized that, I felt like the way that I was carrying for some time, it just disappeared. And it was a very interesting feeling, really. And after that, I can say that I still like Alice in Chains and their songs, and I listen to them, but I can choose which song to listen to, and I'm not getting freezed when those sad songs play, and I do not cry anymore. So I feel completely normal. So next time you feel any type of discomfort, it might be anything, you can try not to push it back into your head, but say in front of your computer or a smartphone, doesn't matter, and talk to AI by describing all that you feel, and try to increase that feeling inside you, and it might bring you some interesting things that are hidden behind that feeling that you have and those emotions. And also, if you often feeling stuck with some stuff and you think too long before starting anything, because that's how I sometimes do. Instead of start doing, I think that I'm just overthinking and plan something and then just basically do nothing instead of the thing I want to do. And I found a way how you can solve this and become unstuck. And I have a PDF in the description to this video. It is called Unstucking. It's completely free and you can download it, and maybe it will help you, and I will be glad if it really helps you. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you in the next vid.